Buff Del Campo here with a torque wrench, click stop torque wrench. We're not sure if it's right. We assume it's right. You can send it out and get it checked. This is a Harbor Freight torque wrench that's not very expensive, so the certification probably costs more than the torque wrench, but you can do that yourself. And in this video, we're going to show how to do that. You know, we've talked a lot about torque wrenches and torquing things properly. And I've talked about having torque wrenches certified. And you just send them off somewhere, and then you don't have it with you, and it's inconvenient. So what I do is I check them myself. And what I do is I put the square in a vise. So the wrench is about 90 degrees out, and if you have to adjust it, you can click it to wherever you need, like that. Tighten it so it doesn't spread in the vise, and then I gotta get my measuring tool. And this is measuring. People say foot-pounds or pound-feet, but it's 1 foot out, 12 inches out. And if you live somewhere where you're measuring in some other something other than inches, you can do the math, figure out what it is. But you go from the center of the drive out the end, 12 inches, and make a mark. So you're going to put weight out here to check it to make sure it's correct. I got ahead of myself. I'm going to put 30 pounds on it. So I'm going to set the torque wrench to 30. I'm trying to find the 30. Okay, there's the 30. And this one, you lock it like that, so it'll stay put. It's about 90 degrees out, tighten it up. And then I set this up ahead of time. I used a wire coat hanger, but you can use anything that will work. And there's 10 pounds. Set right on that mark I made. Doesn't matter if this is all bent because it's going to hang directly between this and wherever the center of the weight is. I have a couple of hooks that are, these are made for holding a disc brake caliper up, but you can use anything. Bend up something, you got these, use these. These weights are, I bought these at Walmart a long time ago. I don't know if they're still available there. But any kind of weights, these are just convenient because we know what they are. Okay, there's 20 pounds. I'm going to hook another one on here. Another 10, so we got 10, 20. Here's 30. And that should be real close. Go easy so it doesn't jar this thing. But if I touch this, it should click. There, it's right there. Hold it up, it stays. Bump it. I'd say that's real close to 30. 30 pounds out 1 foot. So this torque wrench is pretty good, at least in that range. This one goes up to, I think, 120. Maybe 140. Could get more weights and do the same thing and check it at several positions. I'm not going to do that right now. That's how you do that. I've got a couple more torque wrenches. One of them is inch pounds. It's a smaller torque wrench. So in that case, you have to do some math. You're not going to hang a weight out 1 inch. and hang it out further. Okay, when you're finished, one of the important things with a torque wrench at click stop is to wind it down so it doesn't have tension left on the spring. I really don't know if that makes any difference. I'm told it makes a difference, so I always unwind them. So this one's unwound. The next one I'll do the inch pounds. Okay, so the next wrench, I have several foot pounds, but the inch pounds is a little different. Same idea, but you have to do a little math. So if we use 10-pound weights, like these down here, and we want to go, we can't hang weights out 1 inch from this. That's just not going to work. So a convenient place is, somewhere out further would be 8, let's say 8 inches out. Then we could put 10 pounds would be 80 inch pounds. Don't drop. So I'm going to run this to 80, which is kind of nice because it's the middle of the scale. There's 80. I'll lock. This is an interesting one because I just bought this torque wrench, and it's new, so it's going to be interesting to see how close it is. We had one of these at work. They're available through Amazon and probably some other places. They're not real expensive, and we were using them at work, and I liked it. My good Snap-on, I should get that out. Explain what happened there. I'm going to explain why I bought a new torque wrench. This really nice Snap-on torque wrench. It's about $400 something. It's got a digital readout. It's got batteries in here. Set the torque. You set what you want electronically. Bring it up. It shows a digital readout what you're pulling, and then it beeps when you get to the right torque, and it vibrates, so you feel it, and you hear it beeping, and you look down, and then when you release, it shows what you actually torque to. Really nice torque wrench, but it broke, and the Snap-on man took care of it. Then I have it for a couple more years, and the plastic started to split, and this is where the batteries are held in. When it split, then the cap falls out and it doesn't get any power. So I put some safety wire around here, working on an airplane, so I have safety wire. Put safety wire to hold this, so now it holds. Then it worked. Now the electronics have quit working. Well, I need this, and I'm tired of messing with it. So maybe, I don't know, maybe Snap-on's improved this, maybe they haven't, but. Okay, so I really like that Snap-on wrench. Except when I need a torque wrench, I need a torque wrench. I don't need to go chase down a Snap-on dealer because we're out in the middle of nowhere now. They don't come around, like the shops in town. So I decided to just buy a click stop. A lot of times you need a 1/4 inch to get into where you're somewhere we're trying to get, or it's a small amount of torque. I don't really want to put this 1/4 inch drive in the vise, so I'm going to put an adapter on there up to 3/8, so I'm not going to ruin the new torque wrench. And we decided on 80, so I'll wind it up to 80, lock it, and where's my, I lost my, here it is. Come out 8 inches. I can see where that is. There's this groove right here. It's just outside that groove. So it's black, so I'm not going to put a black mark on it. Tighten that guy up. And you watch, it's not going to work out quite right. Oh, that's 90 degrees. That's good. Okay. And then we're going to put 10 pounds. That should be just right. That right about there. Whoa. That's actually out a little too far. About there. It's pretty close. So I'd say actually this is a little bit light. I'm going to adjust it. Like 85. Let's see what happens. That's 85. Just bump it. I'd say this torque wrench is off a little bit. So we have it set to 85. It's probably 80. I'm going to try a little closer. Go like 80. 82 inch-pounds. It's right there, I think. Maybe I can adjust it with the lift the weight up a little bit. Doesn't want to adjust. Ah, there, released. I'll go to 83, see what happens.
Put the
That's pretty close. So I'd say if you want 80 inch-pounds on this, you're gonna have to set it to 83. It's off a little. Works, but it's off a little. Kim, you were going to suggest something.
I was going to suggest that if you hone it with the 10-pound weight a little closer, a little less, you can do math.
Oh, you could measure it and do the math. You could. That's exactly right. But I think this one, if you want 80, you're going to have to set it to 83. I don't really like that, but at least I know it. I'm going to unwind it. Take my adapter off. Put the torque wrench away. I have an old Snap-on. Be interesting to see how it is. This is an old Snap-on half-inch drive that I got many years ago. I bought it in 1979. I didn't use it for a long time. The last certification Snap-on did was February 27th of 1987. That's kind of interesting. So I'm going to do the same thing we did with the other half-inch drive. We'll run it out to 30. Oops, I missed it already. There's 30. This unlocks a little differently. Locks here. It'd actually be nicer on this one to put like 60 pounds or something on it, but I don't have the weights set up. I don't have enough hooks. I did it twice. It's probably as close as it's going to be. Marker, my measuring tool. 1 foot, 12 inches. There's 10. Where's the other hanger? Well, I dropped it on the floor behind something. So there's a third 10-pound weight. Go very gently, and it already clicked. I'm not on my mark. It has moved. There's my mark. That's interesting. So let's set it at something else. There's 32. Bring it back out here. Go very gently. Go to 34. I always forget which way this thing turns. It's locked. There. Go to 33. It's just about neutral. So I'd say this old Snap-on wrench from 1979, when I have it set to 33 pounds, it's actually 30. So I could note that on here. What I should do with this wrench, if I plan to use it more, is get some more weights and check it in different increments, find out what it really is all the way up. Because we're likely to use this at much higher than 30 foot-pounds. We're probably going to use it at 60 or 90 or something like that, like doing head bolts. So it wouldn't hurt to put 90 pounds on it. Anyway, this is the process.
You have a question.
Go ahead.
If it's wrong, can we fix it?
I don't know how to take one of those torque wrenches apart. You may have to take it to the manufacturer to do that. What I would do, if it's close like this, I'd note on I'd either make a little chart, put it in a box with the torque wrench, or if it's, maybe mark it on the torque wrench, which is what I'm likely to do here. I'd like to get some more weight and do this up to about 90 or 100 pounds, because we do head bolts with it. I have a couple other torque wrenches. That other one was pretty close. This is a high quality torque wrench from many years ago, 1979. I remember the day I bought it. I was a young guy with a shop, and Snap-on dealer used to come around every week, and I bought it from him. So, had it for a long time. Then I didn't use it for years. It was here, and I was out working other places, so I bought other torque wrenches, just convenience. Kim found this in the shop when we're cleaning up, so I wanted to start using it again. It's awful little. I don't know. Snap-on dealer that I used to deal with, probably older guy now. But I got his phone number. I might call him and ask him how to fix it or what to do. Or I just might make a card that shows how far off it is. As long as I know what it, as long as it's consistent, I don't have a problem using a card. So right now we set it at 33. We got 30. So that's the process.